Ta ta ta. Da 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 da. Hi, you guys. Um, Thank you guys for watching. Today I was gonna go and I've had like a whole bunch of videos. Like I said, I needed to upload. I still could not do that. I felt so groggy, so tired. I was eating stuff that I used to eat back in the day that I know my body does not align with whatsoever. I went to the store to get one thing. I bought like 12,000 different things, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not me. I am a person. Most people know me as some people do call me frugal, but I am very. You have to have a particular reason why. I have to have a particular reason why I'm going to use the product, and it has to be immediate within 5 days or less before I will buy it. You know, some people are like, oh, well, 30 days and you can wait till the next day. No, if I don't know exactly what I'm buying it for and I'm not going to use it within 5 days, I don't buy it. So this was another sign that was like, something's going on. Another thing that I learned, I could not exercise. And I didn't even pick this. I just picked this up after I just said it just now. I went to the gym before I went to the store. I went to the gym, scanned my card. Now, I had been to the gym like, I want to say 4 days ago. Usually I'll go every day or every other day, not to do hard, intense workouts every day, but I'll go to visit other people, to help with projects. And then, I exercise. Usually I exercise 2 to 3 times a week. Well, these last couple of months has been very shifty. Like, something's always coming up, just crazy stuff. Then I've been feeling like my energy is just down, like I'm having a depletion or something, like something is sucking the life out of me. Okay, I felt like I was feeling a good breeze for a good minute before that, after I had that little time slot, but it came back, and this time it came for a vengeance. It was like my house was looking a mess. Like, it still looks kind of bad, but I was just like, what is going on? Like, my place does not look like that. I might mess it up, but in the same day I will clean it up. That's how cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs I am. Like, I will tear the place up and I will clean it up within the same day and make it look better. Like, but this was just straggly. Like, I was leaving things in different places. I'm like, what is going on? Another thing that I noticed, that I could not sleep again. And I'm like, wait a minute. The last time I couldn't sleep like this, I literally had to put, church music on, like prayers, because I knew it was attacks from the enemy. Like, God was showing me that. So I was like, when I was having this again, I tried to do the same thing, but I'm telling you, it would click off. Like, it would just click off. I wasn't even peeping it up. Like, just a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm like, what is going on? Every time I would listen, I would fall asleep. It wasn't as heavy as it was before. So I know that whatever I was going through, it wasn't that strong. But see, look at God. God has a way of showing you what is going on before you know it. And I'm going to show you this person's thing. And okay, that is her, but that's not the video that I'm looking for. So I'm going to click on her.
Have you been saying you're going to write a book for a while? Now that the world's flipped upside down and things are feeling rather... Hey, y'all. So I have some...
Okay. No. Videos. She was talking about stomach pains. I wanted to show. Okay, the person doing this is right under your nose. That's what I saw.
I take care of my kids. I'm building my legacy. I have my relationship with God.
Okay. Yeah, it was called "The Person Is Right Under Your Nose" by Stephanie P. Smith. And I want you guys to hear some of the things that she said, because this was some of the things that not only did I go through, But some of the things, if you listen to the video before, which was yesterday, when I spoke with my mom, who's in a mental hospital right now, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
I started crying because I couldn't believe what God showed me.
Let's see.
And make you think it's someone else doing it when it's really not. Because they don't, and you'll feel very tired all day. And that's what they want to do. They want, this is real. You know? But what I want to tell you guys is I saw someone in my comment section asking me about like what to do, that they're under attack and stuff. I'm gonna give you guys some pointers on what to do. Okay, first of all, get close with God. Don't just say I'm gonna pray today and not pray tomorrow. Don't just pray for something that you want, or because you're in trouble. You have to build that consistent relationship with God. I can't tell you guys how grateful I am for God today, because I'm getting emotional, because I would have said I'm not supposed to be here, but I clearly am because I'm here, right? But I can't explain to you guys how amazing our Father is.
I want to see if I can get to the part.
So you're sleeping all day, and you're ruining your whole day. And then there's some days when you're sleeping at night, and and I knew that this woman was playing with me last night, right? And I also knew that it's happening to a lot of other people. Okay, so when people try to mess with you, let me keep it 100. When they're doing spell work to you, okay,
spell work,
they want you. It's like Sleeping Beauty. They don't want you to sleep. They don't want you. They want to mess up your sleep at night. Because if they mess up your sleep at night, you can't function in the daytime.
It's skipping now, y'all.
You can't get things done in the daytime.
In the name of Jesus.
So you're sleeping all day, and you're ruining your whole day. And then there's some days where you're sleeping at night, and you're waking up in and out of sleep at night, and then in the morning time, you're still sleeping throughout the day. You're tired. You have a headache. You'll get this nauseous feeling in your belly. I can't tell you guys how many times I would wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning because I feel like this person is attacking me again, and I would literally have to go and take a gravel just so I can actually be able to wake up at 7 a.m. and get my day going. Because if I don't take the gravel, I'm going to be in bed all day. Okay, because they want to mess with your belly. When you're under spiritual attack, it feels like a fever. The only difference is you're not hot. But you'll sweat. You'll have hot sweats. Your head will start hurting you. It will literally feel like a fever. You'll get the chills, everything. So you feel like you really have to stay in bed all day. Okay, and you'll feel very tired all day. And that's what they want to do. They want you to be tired throughout the day, but then they want to mess up your sleep at night, right? Because they don't want you to function. They want to mess up your money so you can't keep going. They want to, and that's how people end up homeless on the street. A lot of people that are homeless on the street, they've been spiritually attacked. But when they say something, they get sent to a hospital. They get sent to a psych ward, right? But that's what they do. They make these people most of them who are homeless and have purposes, it's like they make them, sick. They make them.
Now, I'm going to play the rest of it because you guys can hear what she said. But I wanted to chime in. I wanted to just put my 2 cents in about what she said about the people with homelessness. And you know that I used to work at a shelter. I still do, dealing with the homeless. And one of the things it was 2 things that set me off when I first started going into that ministry, because I knew that was my calling, and missionary work is my calling, period. Okay. But it was 2 things that set me off. There was one guy who, when he got away from this area, and I had to transport him to another city. When he got out of this area and he didn't know anyone else and no one knew that he was going, sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes you just need to be quiet when you're moving. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. But anyhow, he was so sane. Everything was good. When he came back, and I mean days later, soon as he got back into the area where he was at, he was like almost like losing his mind. He just kept saying that he is under attack and people are putting spells on him. And if you're hearing this and you didn't know anything about the spiritual realm, you will think that he was nuts. He did get sent into a institution. But I don't know, something deep inside of me, it touched me. Like it touched me on a whole different level. You know how you can tell, like God can give you the spirit to know when someone's telling the truth or not. Like that, I just knew. And the second one was that it was this guy. He's still here today. I'm not going to put out his name or anything, but he said that he was possessed by this mermaid looking thing. He was like a siren. He didn't call her a mermaid, he called her a siren. And that's when I started learning more about, and he broke down a lot of things to me that I knew, like I've heard of it, but you know how sometimes you don't really believe it. But he broke a lot of that down and started talking about how he's used. So, and I will never forget that conversation because he was talking about how he wanted to be delivered from having for being addicted to cocaine from crack, you know, and how it's going to take nobody but God because he had went in too deep, like, and he got connected to some other things, and how other people, how he got connected to people who he thought was connected to God, but who wasn't, and it got him deeper. So just wanted to chime in on that one and give you guys that. So I'm going to go ahead and play the rest.
Go crazy. It's like they also make them lose all their money. Because when you're under attack, it's like you want to spend money. You may be in bed all day, you order food for the whole month, and you're losing money, right? They want you to lose, and then you can't work to make it back, okay? That's what they try to do, right? There's a lot more things that they do. I'm gonna keep exposing the devil, period. Another woman that talks about a lot of stuff that I've been talking to y'all for years about is Maddie Nottage on YouTube. I watch Maddie Nottage all the time. She has deliverance prayers and stuff like that, and I play her throughout the night. Okay, so let me give you guys some pointers on what to do to help yourself through these turmoils. Okay, like I said, first and foremost, have a relationship with God.
Okay, so I'm not going to go deep into, okay, this is how you do it, because the first thing that she said is going to help you, okay? I could not pray. I told you guys I had a horrible time praying. Like when I feel like something is going off, I was trying to get deeper into praying, deeper into listening. My devices would turn off. I told you guys last week how my charger was going off. And I was like, I know it's nothing wrong with this computer. And when I went and bought another one, somehow both of them started working all of a sudden. So I had to take that back. It was wasting more time and energy. It's like a whole cycle. Like whatever it is, whoever she is, which I know it's a she in the heat, but whoever they are, they're really trying to get me to slow down the process. But it's not going to work because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against me in judgments, which that's what you're doing, I condemn. God gave me the power to condemn it. So I condemn it. I shut it down. I cast it down and crush it. So in Jesus' name, not by my authority, but Jesus' name. This is why I wanted to get on here and make the video. Not only that, when I got in, now I got this video after I started laying down. I got in the house and I'm like, no, when I got home, I'll take that back. When I went to go get my dog food, and I was gonna go visit today somebody that I was cool with, because usually they're off on this time. But I remembered that we hadn't talked in like over a month, and I was like, I tried to reach out, they haven't, responded. So, Bill, be mindful. Don't waste your time. I've been saying, don't give your energy to people who are not trying to receive it or give it back, who take advantage of it or who don't want your energy. Save that for something that you need. I could be building it on a project. So I started going back home. I noticed that it was almost like I was programmed, like something was programming me to go back to that end of town, like where I was at. And where I buy my dog food is on a whole different section of town, So I was like, and I wasn't intending on going there either, other than getting that dog food. So, because they sell the best dog food. So anyhow, oh yeah, and my dog's groomer is in that area. So anyhow, I'm like, I had to catch myself because I'm like, why am I going down this other street? So I caught myself. I went back, and then I ended up I went to go work out. When I went to go work out, y'all, my key fob. Now, I've been working out, like I said, a lot. And then this last time I missed like 4 days. But that doesn't stop it. There's been times when I haven't went to the gym for a couple of months. They just take your money. and keep going. Gyms don't even worry about if you coming or not. As long as you paying, you can stay. You paying, you staying. Until it runs out. Unless you want to break that lease and you're gonna pay that chunk of change too. So, excuse me. As I go to the gym, because I was like, I'm gonna make it an effort to go to the gym because it seemed like it was hard for me to go to the gym again. I couldn't, like, it was weird. I was feeling weak. So I finally went, and they were saying that my card was inactive, and I'm like, I don't understand how it's inactive. And the girl was like, she was like, step over here. I'm gonna have what's the name? And I'm like, how is this even possible? Y'all took my money. So the lady was like, I don't even understand how this even happened either, because it's saying it's inactive for 15 days. And I'm like, inactive for 15 days? I literally was here, Thursday, because one of my neighbors had a cycling class. So I ended up going there. So I'm sitting here like, how is that even possible? But I didn't put that together until I listened to this video. So if you guys have a chance to do that, I'm not going to link it over there. You guys can rewind this and see it. And it's a reason why I'm doing that too, because I've been having some instances with this platform. So, yeah, I just want to, like I said, I'm nothing against anyone. I just want to be effective and help as many people as I possibly can. And yeah, you help people by telling your testimony. So, okay, so as I'm going back, I leave there. I get into the place and do what I need to do there, and I'm glad that I did go because it was relieving me from a lot of things. Even though I wish I could have done more, but that's okay. At least I got some done. So anywho, after that, I get up and I'm going home, but I'm like, I need to go to the Dollar Tree. So I go to the Dollar Tree. I went and got these spray bottles. I had to get spray bottles because I needed them for my bath bombs, and I needed it for the hair when my friend does tutorials for me, because even though I own the company, there are other people who work and do, I have a lot of things. So my gift is not just to be having hands on deck. When you have something that big, you have to have others to help you. So that's what I do. I employ other people. It's not just for me to say, oh, I made this, I made that. No, it's helping other people get jobs. It's helping other people to get better at things. So, yeah. So, anywho, excuse me. Anywho, I went to that store. Tell me why my money in my account, it was like so low, but they had something where you can get like an advance or something. And I was like, oh, I need these bottles, even though I have enough to get the bottles. They're only like $1. Let me make sure, because I always want to have a certain limit, like a certain number. I need to get out of that the exact same number left in my account, on my checking account. My savings, I don't care because I really don't touch it. So I went, excuse me, I went and did the advance or whatever, got the items, and I'm like, dang. But not only did I get those items, I got a whole bunch of snacks. I got food like Cheetos. Y'all, I've been eating Cheetos for the last 3 days. Cheetos don't even work like well with me, even when I was younger. Y'all. So that's what just really snapped. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? I also bought Burger King, y'all. Like, I don't even eat places like that. Like, I don't eat there. Like, my ex, the recent ex, like, I literally, like, he would go there every single Saturday. I don't go. He would go Saturday, then Sunday he would go to McDonald's. Like, I don't do McDonald's. I don't do Burger King. Well, I do McDonald's for the freaking drinks, for those dollar drinks and the frappes, and then the spicy McChickens. That's about it. But even with those, it has to be a good long while, or I'm with this particular person who I literally was talking about, and I haven't, long as I'm not with that person, because they're always there, I'm not even touching it, And plus, I just went grocery shopping. Lots of food. I still have to cook some food for the week, and I had this whole thing with losing weight with because I got a wedding, all this other stuff. So anywho, I get back home Instead of me, I felt so lethargic, like I wanted to get back out, but it's, and on top of me feeling lethargic, it felt like a whole bunch of energy coming into my body, but it was like more in a lustful way. It wasn't moving up, like, you know, when energy is in your body for the most part, and you got like ideas and things, you got a lot of things, or it's a lot of trials and stuff. It'll usually move up. Sometimes for me, it'll get stuck like in my abdomen part, you know. But usually it'll go all the way up. This time it was just at the bottom, and it was just like I had this lust like spirit, and I'm like, wait a minute, if like I had, how do I say this? I had the urge to experiment with my own body like that. And I was like, wait a minute, I never had that feeling. Um, First of all, I never had that feeling until I got here. Um, and on top of that, I'm not a person like I have to be with somebody. I'm just not gonna sit there. Just I don't know. It just seems unnatural to me. So, um, I was like, I remember what happened the last time, so I need to pray. And I was like, I was trying to pray, and I could not, y'all, I could not pray in that car. I was like, God, please help me. Like, I don't know what this is, but you know, God, please help me. Please show me and help me to pray and fight against this. Now, as I'm walking, I didn't even park in where I usually park in our little place or whatever, or any of our like lots or the garages and all that, even though I went to another place. So I went to it's like a little bit of a walk to go to the apartment, the condo. So as I'm walking, it was almost like something telling me, you got this, God is with you, God is with you, God is with you, God is with you. Like, okay. So I get in here, I get into my apartment, and I feel so tired. Sometimes I have to get out of here because I feel so tired. And then I'll get energized leaving out. And I was like, maybe it's because of, you know, certain other things that's going on. But I know, like, it's literally in my apartment. And I'm like, what is going on with my apartment? So it was certain areas God had already, you know, I had shifted around or whatever. And God allowed me to see, allowed me to see and told me, even without me seeing, just told me to do things a little bit different and how to go and navigate. So, but I still was feeling a little like slow, tired, like I just wanted to lay down. And I would lay down for 5 minutes, then get back up, like, no, I got stuff to do. Then I would go back in, lay down for 5 minutes again, and I'm like, what is going on, God? Like, I really want to get up. And sure enough, it was that video that was with this lady, with Stephanie P. Smith, talking about what she went through and how they drain you. And I knew from previous experience, when I got drained, it was like when she talked about her head and I was doing like this, it's like with the witchcraft, sometimes they try to manipulate your head, but if you still focus on God, I've always been a person that prays to God and tries to have a relationship with him. So the first thing when I saw that I could not say thank you, I couldn't get up and have praise and worship music, I could not read my scripture, I knew something was up, okay? I knew something was up. And let me tell you something about the enemy. The enemy cannot get you if you are centered with God, because God keeps his covenant. If you stay in him, he's going to abide with you and he's going to lead you and guide you through the whole doggone process. It does not matter what is going on. God will lead you and guide you if you stay in him. That's why you have to constantly read his word, because it's going to click on like a switch. Like, I've been in so many demonic situations and crazy situations that I didn't know, because people think, oh, you so smart. No, I just allow the presence of God to dwell with me. I allow God to sit with me and he leads and guides me. Other than that, I'm done. I am done. But it'll click on like a switch. That's why you're supposed to, when you take your kids, my grandparents used to tell me that, especially my grandmother, we putting you in here in this church so you can learn all as much as you can. You around it. So when you get out there and you out there with the wolves, you able to navigate yourself in. It's going to click on. So that's exactly what it did. Click on. If you feel something off, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, antenna's going up, click, what's going on? So that is exactly what happened. And this lady was just bringing it out, and she started talking about all the things that she went through and how things was rolling in her stomach. I had that before. I had that, and she was talking about she had her attacks starting in 2016. Well, my attack started 2012, 2012, and it went all the way down. It got more intense. The most intense it got was 2015, 2016 when I won that pageant. Okay, when that started happening, it was just like more fire, 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 fire. And I will tell you guys, like, if you think that this is a one-time solution thing and it's not, it's just going to go away after you conquer it, because you will conquer it, because God doesn't allow you just to hear something like this and not just to let you know that it's possible. Bring you through it. If you focus on him, if you stay in him, stay in his word and follow his principles. You have to leave the old stuff behind. You have to follow what God is telling you to do. I don't give a care if you say let go of your mother, your cousin, your uncle. It was so many people that I had to let go. Doesn't mean that I hate them, but I love God more. Let them fools go. If they want to be with God, you don't have to pull them there. That was some of the ways I was getting striked up too, and getting badgered, because you're trying to save people who don't want to save themselves. And God speaks to every single person, every single person, every single one. So whether we adhere to it or not, that's why you can't go and God doesn't. The unrepentable sin is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, because everyone has that inside of them. You can say you don't know who God is physically, but you can have that inner voice where he gives you, leading that little thing, that little flicker, like, wait a minute, something ain't right. That'll lead you to the right things. It's when you turn it off. So anywho, she started explaining, some of the things that she was having, and it was going exactly what I went through. I'm not gonna say I don't recommend, who she was recommending, all that. What I ask is that you get an understanding for yourself. One thing, God will send people to help deliver you, but I know for certain that, because this is also around the time when I went and started venturing out, and I actually called this woman, and I spoke to a representative. You had to pay like a certain amount to go and for the conference. It wasn't, to be at the conference for the deliverance conference. And when I started explaining things, it was just something outside of it that made me change my mind about even going. And not only that, it was no way that I could go. It was like all the flights were booked, y'all. I can get on flights for free other than paying the taxes. Not only that, the tickets were like so cheap to go to Florida to go visit this woman. Everything was booked. When I say booked, everything was booked. I couldn't get a rental car. My car broke down during that time. So I was just like, okay, you know what, God, if you're gonna save me, then save me. You go through many people. It's not just one person. And I did say a special prayer, like, look, if this ain't it, because I got to the point where I was so tired, like, if this person is not it, let the curses. I say this to everybody, somebody who's trying to, that's why I say you got to be careful going into this arena, because there are people who act like they try to help you. And I'm not saying that about her. I'm saying this in general. There are some people who come out and they act as if they're trying to help you, when in all reality, they're trying to pull you in even deeper. There's some people who hear no, and they prey on that too, because they know that you're looking for an outlet. So then you're putting your faith and your strength in them, and not, using proper discernment to say, God, who do you want me to lead? Who do you want? Is this person really of you? Because the enemy is going to send people to you to come to your aid too. And you have to say, God, rightfully divide it. That's like eating a apple that is rotten, that's halfway rotten. You can still eat. Yeah, you can eat the apple, but it's going to make you sick. And if you eat, but it's also a healthy way. It's better for you to learn how to eat the rotten apple, or not eat the rotten apple at all, to eat around the good pieces, if you want to go and preserve it, or just not eat the apple at all. If you're not that wise, if you don't have that much knowledge, you're not going to give a baby apple that has a black hole or anything in it, but you can get somebody who is, 2030, someone 2030, they ain't gonna want to eat that. They're not gonna want to do that. But somebody who 40, 50, 60, let them see around some fruit that's halfway gone and they still want to eat. They're gonna eat all around that thing. eat all around that thing. Ain't gonna leave a nudge and throw away the rotten part and keep the good part. So that's the same thing you gotta do. Um, Sometimes God will show you what to do. Sometimes He'll tell you to leave it all. You know, um, but with God, you'll be able to rightfully divide it. So, yeah, I wanted to share that. And the lady also was talking about. I got to see if she talked about. I don't know if she talked about the part when, um, she was hearing the voices and things, because that's what my mom was hearing. This part that she was talking about was the part that I was hearing. But I know once I started hearing that, I started praying. I started anointing my house, y'all. I got my oil. And I got my other oil, and I'll be up in here like, no, no, no. And I noticed, like, when I start doing it, I start seeing more people try to come closer, or they trying to bridge a gap, because you done broke some stuff off, and you see who they are, and you can navigate that way. And you can see some people who, yeah, who you are supposed to meet once those ties are broken. So let me see if I can get the rest of this. I don't want it to be too long.
So important. Okay, salt baths are very important because salt clears away the negative energy. Hear what the pastor or the apostle is saying, right? And as you're here, I even hear it in my sleep sometimes. So have that playing. Therefore, you can actually get a chance to sleep. Okay. And then here's the thing: when you wake up in the daytime and you're like, oh my God, like I slept all night, but I'm still tired, you gotta now fight it.
Oh, that was another thing too.
Okay. You gotta stay active. You gotta stay. I know you want to stay in.
That's why I wanted to get up and exercise.
You know what I mean? But you also have to take responsibility of your life. At the end of the day, you gotta fight. And I know for a fact, because there's some times where God will come to me and be like, Stephanie, fight. I got you. Fight.
I told you guys I had that. Well, you got this.
Okay. Magic is you got to stay active. So when they try to make you tired, I kid you not. Why do people work out all the time? It's to boost their energy, right? It's to boost their energy. If you're tired and you get up and do like 10 jumping jacks, yes, you're going to be huffing and puffing after. But guess what? Those 10 jumping jacks just gave you literally 4 hours of energy. So even if you can't go outside, just say, you know what, I'm going to get up out of bed, look in the mirror, and just say, you can do it. And then just start doing like 10 jumping jacks. Boost your energy level up. Okay? And if they try to wake you up at like 4 or 5 in the morning because they want to mess with your sleep, chuckle at them and laugh at them and say, you know what, thank you. You're waking me up at millionaire hours. This is the time where millionaires wake up and start their day. Thank you so much.
Let me see if I can get to the part. No.
Hey, check this out. I just got 6
Here goes a commercial.
installed up on my roof through this new program through Power Home Solar.
You know what I mean? That makes a big difference. Of course, you have to pray because, like I said, I wake every morning and pray when I get up too. And I know she watches my YouTube channel, and I know she's teamed up with a lot of these other people that are trying to sit there and frame me, right? Because they don't want me exposing the truth to y'all. That's what it is. They don't want me exposing the truth to you. It is. That's what it is. Because I don't have no problem with nobody. I don't have a problem with anybody. Products should I create next? That's what I'm focused on. Where am I traveling?
Oh man, I forgot. Okay. If you guys get a chance, definitely look at this video. I'm going to put it up here again so you guys can see. And then you guys can see the part when I was talking about that she started talking about how she started hearing voices, and they were telling her if she did not come out, if she came out of her house, she would shoot her, and she would hear the shootings. Now, that gave me more revelation about what my mom was hearing, because this is what they call delusions. And she will be adamant. My mom will be adamant about it. She'll be like, my mom can definitely see into that realm like none other. If I could tell you, like, you would not believe how I am right now and what I've seen, that woman told me that. Like, my mom told me this when I was very young. I remember talking to her on a prison phone, talking about what was going to happen to me and what was going on and how, things were going to come out, like how things are at this moment, this day. Okay. I was a little bit nervous. Sometimes you get nervous about saying that, but it's just the honest to goodness truth. I got to the point where now it's like, you try to be respectful, or, someone's trying to bully you into not doing it and saying it. But I know that this is going to help some people. It is going to help some people. And my goal is not to worry about what's going to happen with my life. God has everything under control. Um, I'm supposed to worry about telling the truth and letting the truth be known and seeing that, because the truth is going to set you free. Not just my words, the truth. So yeah, but definitely look at that video and take it out and take a test drive for yourself. One of the good things I'll also tell you about this, one of the good things about staying with God, with so many good things, but one of the main good things about staying with God, even if you get it wrong, God knows that you're going to get it wrong, and He makes it right. He makes it right. If you stay with Him, He will give you what the palm worm and the caterpillar has taken away from eating up in years. You'll get it in later on in life, and it'll be like none other. And I've seen it for myself, and I'm still witnessing, and I'm waiting in expectation. Look, I'm waiting in expectation. He never lies. So that's something that I'm so grateful to have, being connected to God. He already knows our weakness. So I just say, God, help me. When I feel lonely, help me with my weakness. Help me when I feel lonely that I don't go anywhere. That was another thing, because, I forgot to tell you guys. Another issue that she didn't talk about is that I was reverting. All those things were reverting back to my past. Usually, and this is giving you an indication of who and what it is, because I know it's from somebody from my past. Yeah, I've seen some stuff, personally, present, but there are a lot of these things are coming from your past, people that you haven't let go from your past, and they have those same connections, and they're trying to use those same connections from you. They have less of a point of contact. They might know, like for me, I know one of the people know my address now, so it's like, dang, Bill, you didn't think about that, but that's okay. That's why they were able to do some of the things that where they have more of an insight, because when they did not, I was a lot better at things. Where even though I know the reconnection was trying to be made, it wasn't there until some things got weakened. So but you're gonna see some of the things change, and some of the things um some of the God will show you some of the things that you're going to need to see in order to find out how to go about it, because it's not really about finding out who does it. It's about having it to cease and not to return. That same one, not to return. And most of all, how to stand through all of the attacks and all of the things, the obstacles that are going to come your way. Because believe it or not, after this, there's going to be another one. You want to be able to run with the wolves. You want to run with the horses. You want to run with the big animals. If you can't take the small things, you're not going to be able to carry on and triumph and to lead other people out. So for me, this is like boot camp, and it was like, aha, I got it now. Like, I got it now. I knew no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue, rising up against me will be condemned. But it was like an aha moment, because it's like, okay, God is in control now. No matter what, I don't have to be fearful. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to worry about offending anyone in order to sacrificing the truth in order not to offend anyone. No, say what you need to say what God puts on you, and keep going that way. The people that want to hear will hear. There's always going to be people who are not going to want to hear that, and they are going to want to reject it, but that's okay. My goal is to say what I'm supposed to say. So that's what I got with that. And I was just like, oh my goodness, God, I'm so grateful. Soon as I heard that, I got up out of bed, I got my energy back, started praying, started getting closer to God, listening more, and I got my energy back. Like God was like right there. So, if there's anyone out here that is going through it, which I'm sure they are, because God does not lead, just like He led me to that woman's video. He's leading you to this video. Nothing happens on an accident by any means. Okay, I've had that happen many times. Listen, that's not by accident. It's not by an accident. It's not by an accident. Um, just taking it, ask God, like, God, show me what you want me to do with this. Show me how I'm supposed to apply this to my life. How am I supposed to make this better? I'm not asking for a dime for anyone. I'm not asking for a dime, okay? Because that ain't my job. God supplies my needs, and He has been, and He will continue. Okay, that's a whole testimony within itself. Testimony after testimony within itself, a book of them. But like I said, I'm not asking for a dime. What I'm just doing is putting out the truth, so you can ask God, what is it? What is it that I'm supposed to take from this? What am I supposed to take from this individual and apply it to my life? Um, yeah. Also, I did not get a chance to talk to my mom. I'm not going to call her today, because I know what I'm dealing with right now. So, I'm okay with that. Um, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm going to get off of here. I'm probably going to make another video, or a clip. And that's about it. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thank you. Bye.